entering into the Christmas week, and people will be kind of busy and with preparing for the week ahead. So I will kick off, and if we need to bring anybody up to speed down the line, then we'll do so. Okay. In our usual way, we will kick off going through the TITANX stats, and after that, we'll have our uh, updates from our builders, and then we'll open up the floor for discussions. Okay. Now, I'm actually on the TITANX stats page. For those of us who are new or not familiar, if you go to the TITANX website, that's TITANX.win, and go to the stats page, that's exactly where we are. So I'll kick off. The total circulating supply of TITANX is 107.4 trillion tokens, and I'm rounding it down. Total TITANX burned so far, it's 116, or round it up, it'll be 117 trillion. So in percentage terms, your total burned is 52.07%, and for total circulating, it's 47.93%. So in effect, the number of tokens, or the amount of tokens that have been burned, or burned if you're American, so far is slightly above well, at least well, it's not just slightly, actually. There's a 5% difference, but you have more TITANX tokens that have been burned than what we have currently circulating. Just to go through this, by total circulating supply, we actually mean the TITANX that is currently liquid, staked, or locked up in any of the build on TITANX protocols. So if you add all the numbers under these heads, liquid, staked, and build on TITANX protocols, you get your total circulating. And I have read several places on, and that is pretty much on X, as well as in the various Telegram groups, that the focus really should be on the total circulating supply, so that overall amount. And of course, that is true. But you also have the other view that keep an eye on the liquid, as in what is circulating currently and available on the market, and that is that liquid supply. That amount is, in percentage terms, it's 29.49%. In numbers, in fixed terms, it's 66, and I'm now rounding it down, 66 trillion. That is really good. It's an amount that, when you compare to what's happened over the last few weeks, you could say, well, definitely we're heading in the right direction. We once had the liquid supply in excess of 70 trillion. It is sitting at 66 trillion, and this is after the number of tokens that were staked and unstaked recently. So accommodating all of that, accommodating the unstaked tokens that hit the market last month and first week of this month, we're still at 66. And you look at the buy and burn pools taken together, I think it's anywhere between 25 million to 30 million USD um, worth of ETH. And so I think we're sort of for well positioned for the next run up in the market. But price action notwithstanding, if you take a long range view, I think Mo normally says zoom out. So if I borrow that and say if you zoom out and make and take a view, I think we would be I mean we'll be well positioned for the next run up of the market. Okay, I think on that note, I would like to hand over to our builders to give us their updates, and then we'll open up for discussions and that'll be an opportunity to share our thoughts on anything that's happening within the ecosystem. Mike, I mean, again, I know if you want to talk about
Yes.
Shogun, you want to talk about X28 as part of your update, please feel free, or else we can take that later on. But yes, over to you.
Yeah. I mean, I think we can take that a bit later on. Yeah. So obviously, last week at the same time, it was just an idea or like a pre-launch excitement. And today we're already in day 5 of the Matrix auction. So it's actually pretty crazy. Unfortunately, the last few days I got like a bug and I'm fighting it. So was a bit feeling under the weather. I'm still not yet 100%, but trying to keep it as positive as possible. So, um, first of all, I want to say I see Mackenzie. He says that I'm both on Twitter and YouTube. So somebody's listening on both ends. I like that. I'm just reading the that from Twitter, from the YouTube stream, by the way. So, yeah, probably a quick recap, guys, regarding Matrix. We are on day 5 of the auction. The token distribution model is an auction system. So essentially, for the people who are new, it runs for 24 hours. There is 100 million tokens to be distributed in the first 8 days. So we are on day 5. So from day 5, which is ending soon, there's going to be 6, 7, and 8, where there's the bigger distribution of the 100 million tokens. And then from day 9 onwards to day 28, there's only going to be 9 million to be distributed in the auction system. So that's essentially a quick recap. There's also probably the regarding the patient incentive pool. So something is probably a bit different to, let's say, other auction system is that at the end of the auction, you can normally just claim your tokens. But in Matrix, you don't have to do that. You can actually just leave it. And actually, it's when you don't claim your tokens, you're gonna get more rewards, Matrix rewards on top of whatever your share was in the auction, and that is through that incentive pool. And that pool is in the beginning 0, and then it starts growing, and it gets fed by the buy and burn. So whenever the buy and burn gets triggered, 5% of the bought tokens of the market will goes to these patient incentive pool, and that's where you get essentially their extra tokens. And who gets these extra Matrix tokens is those people who participate in the auction, essentially. And probably just a little recap how it works as well is that the more tokens you have unclaimed relative to others who also haven't claimed yet will be your share of the patient incentive pool. I think that's just important to notice. That's the case, and and there's also a percentage also is growing essentially. So not 100% of the patient incentive pool you will be utilized in the beginning, especially in the beginning. It's like a very slow increase, and then from day 28 it starts increasing more to day 88, and even more increase at the end. But essentially, the patient incentive pool keeps growing as long as the buy and burn is there. And on top of that as well, Matrix does stake hyper. So one of the ways also the buy and burn gets fed is through the payouts. Currently, we are we have around 96 billion, which has been bought off market, which will then be staked. So there's around 4 billion or so. Then we reach the minimum stake amount of 100 billion, and then we're going to have the first stake. So I would say this is going to happen in some few hours, and yeah, looking forward to that for sure. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it from the matrix side. So if you want to join, definitely just visit matrix.win. You can participate there in the auction. There is right now around 2 hours and 43 minutes left. Yeah, so if that's what you like to do, definitely hit on that. The other thing probably I'd just like to mention as well, that was just regarding matrix per se. I want to say something also regarding just general security tips as well. I think especially now at the end of the year, maybe you're visiting your family and stuff like that, and probably to something to just check also regarding your security, because this is very, very important in the whole crypto, obviously, because if you're holding your own keys, you're responsible for all, like for everything essentially. So, and the biggest thing I'm seeing more and more now, I've been helping a few people to recover some funds. The more and more I see is that a lot of people still don't understand a lot of things. But anyway, one of the tips I want to give you is literally that you set up a calendar reminder once a year. I would just encourage you to just do it even now. Just set that calendar reminder right now. And the thing is, you just have to know that if you're using, let's say, a hardware wallet, right? Uh, Imagine that hardware wallet breaks today, or you've someone forgot the pin and you entered the wrong pin 3 times. Then obviously the hardware wallet will do a full reset. So what you need to make sure of is that are you able, like, have you saved your seed phrases in the right location? Are they readable? Like, can you read them? Are they accessible? So most, I just want to make sure, because obviously hardware wallets don't just die like that, but it does happen, especially if you have those the old ledgers, what they call the nano. I'm not sure if the nano, whatever, like the first ledger versions. They have sometimes the buttons. One of the buttons, they just stop working, and yeah, there were some few cases where, yeah, the button started. So the button is where you actually do the signing, right? You need to press the buttons, and if one of the buttons don't work anymore, then, well, essentially you cannot sign anymore. And yeah, some few people just yeah, didn't have their seed phrases essentially. So, or they forgot where they put it, because you normally have your hardware wallet, maybe you keep it for whatever 5-6 years, depending how long you are, and then you just forget that where you put your seed phrase. Anyhow, my main point is just that security. Just take care of it, put that reminder in your calendar, and make sure that you can access it. Just do a drill. Imagine your hollow wallet died today and now you have to recover that. It's like, is the seed phrase there where it should be? Do you have all whatever? If you're using a passphrase, like, do you know how to access that? So do a quick recovery drill, let's say, so that you're on the safe side. And I think once a year, that's something I think I encourage you to do so, because it's just important, so that it's like, hey, if something happens, I know exactly the steps I need to take, and this is how I'm going to be. Just on that reminder, if you have your seed phrase, do not try to enter that. If you're using hardware wallet, do not try to enter that in a laptop or something. That seed phrase only can be entered in the hardware wallet. And normally, like in the hardware wallets, you can do a check. There is like a seed phrase check, whereby you just re-enter that, but in the hardware wallet itself. I think it's called like whatever, hardware check or something like that, where you can re-enter, and then you just make sure that you have the right one. Anyhow, just that was just like a general tip I would like to give, especially now at the end of the year. I think you can take some few whatever, half an hour of your time to just do that check, and I think it's just important. Thank you. Up to the next person.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks for that update and the reminder on our the all important topic of security. James, over to you.
Thank you very much for being so consistent. What week is this? Week
Week
51.
51, correct.
You guys are incredible. I mean, talking about consistency, always coming to the table. It's just amazing what you've been able to bring together here. People get together every week, hear what the builders are talking about, ask their questions. It's just a great environment. So just a couple quick ones. So the Baby Dragon X Adventure scale has been going very well. We had our first DAO vote to crank up the buy and burn. So we did a buy and burn on stream for a few hours, and just by burning $7,000 chart went crazy. 40, 50, 60, 70%. And lots of reflections, lots of volume created, and that type of thing. So then about 2 weeks later, we just like we had planned, we had another about $6,500, maybe a little 7,000 of element in the Scale buy and burn wallet, and we ran a DAO vote. So that was the first official DAO vote for Scale. And we said, how would you like to do the buy and burn? We've got this amount of money in here. Would you like to burn it hot? Meaning it all burns in 5 to 7 days. Would you like to go a slow burn just to keep steady volume for 2 to 3 weeks? Or would you like to just turn it off, pause, and wait for element 282, or sorry, wait for element to go up in price, or just for whatever factors that you want to decide to wait. So really interesting. We set it about 150 billion was the quorum out of an 850 billion supply. So we got to 150 billion, we got to 101%, and it was burn hot. So I went to bed thinking, all right, got to get up in the morning and start to set up the buy and burn, crank the keys. However, we had a surprise overnight. The quorum went up to 159%, which means about somewhere 20 or 40 billion more of wallet power voted. And that was enough to swing it over to pause. So the Scale community is very bullish on Element, and very bullish overall in the TITANX ecosystem. I mean, if you stop in the chat, some people may consider it quiet, but you won't find negativity in there. We encourage debate and discussions, but it seems to be going really well. People are posting their reflections, so you get your passive income. Right now, we're cranked up to the maximum of 6% reflections. So every time somebody transfers, buys, or sells, 6% is distributed automatically to every Scale holder. No claiming required. So enough about that. Baby Dragon X is chugging right along. We're just over the 1 million market cap. We've been as high as 1.3, 1.4. It's been kind of bouncing around like everything in TITANX. You're up, you're down. But what's most exciting is project number 3. So project number 3, we can't talk about it because our partners ask us not to until probably next week. And project number 3 is already architected, been reviewed, peer reviewed, and the dev will be starting on it on Monday. It's not what I will say. It's not just going to be one token. It's going to be a few different things going on there. It's going to be a very interesting game, and we intend to launch in January. So probably second half of January. It's going to be really interesting. It's going to be built on this other partners protocol as well as Baby Dragon X and Scale. It's going to be really interesting, quite a bit different than some of the other protocols out there. New games to play. Since I don't think Utah or Element 280 is here, let me just say that Stacks launch, I was on the Stacks launch stream for 2 hours. Caleb stopped in too. Great to have him. Chaos Chris stopped in, and the launch was perfect, smooth as silk. The Dragon Horde minted our legendary LFG, fully pumped, 15 billion of TITANX. We also minted a rare by mistake. So I was having a problem with my screen jumping around, so I accidentally minted a rare for 1.5 billion. Still okay, but we got our first LFG, and stop over, stop in the stream, catch the replay, stop in the Helios overall Telegram. They have about 8 topics in there. Jump in there, ask your questions about Stacks. How does it work? Scan the white paper and do your own research. So I think I've probably covered a little bit of both of those. And off to the next person. Thanks for the time.
Thanks, James. Thanks for the kind words as well, and the update. Definitely next year, first quarter definitely looks busy already. So thanks again. Callum, over to you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
All right, thanks for having me on again, Plan A and Mike. Happy Christmas, everyone. I'm just going to mirror quickly what James has said about about stacks. So far, there's 18 legendary LFG NFTs that have been minted. It looks like there's about 300 billion TITANX that has already gone in like 2.5 hours, which is absolutely insane. There is a 20, you get rewarded for early participation. Obviously, if you have further questions, go jump in Utah's stream. He's still doing the launch stream now, but I believe for the first 24 hours, you are rewarded for entering. Just onto Phoenix. So obviously it's day 9. We're about to clock over to day 9 now. We currently have 2.27% ownership in Flux, 1.58% ownership in Blaze, 7% of the Phoenix supply is currently burnt, and 7% is in the auction balance. And the auction balance for Phoenix is currently the biggest holder of Phoenix, which is exactly what we wanted. We want that auction balance to slowly grow over this 28-day fair launch mint phase. So that means after the mint phase, we're going to have a lot of fuel, which will be bringing in fresh TITANX to the system, which is just going to be recycled to support the free stakes and to support the buy and bet. There's 88 billion Phoenix locked up in LPs, and that's between, shout out to Dude, it's between Element 280, shout out to Jake, it's between Shogun, and of course the main LP, which is Phoenix Inferno. That's currently about 29% of the supply is in these LPs. And currently in the buy and burn, we have 51k. The current market cap is 178,000. And yeah, everything's looking good. We keep dipping in and out of profitable for minting, and the ratio is about to decrease again. So you might get a better deal buying off market sometimes than minting, but like I said, it keeps bouncing in and out. If anyone has any further questions about Phoenix, jump into Telegram. I'll be there. But yeah, everything's looking good for TITANX. I kind of can't wait. Obviously, we've just had this kind of small pullback, but I can't wait to see what 2025 brings. And apart from that, I hope everyone has a really good Christmas. And thanks for having me on Plan A again.
Thanks, Callum, and thanks for that concise update. Definitely, we're all looking forward to next year, and well, especially first and second quarter. I think I think we would begin to kind of see the strength of TITANX. And this is just my view, financial advice, but I think first quarter, second quarter, I think we should really begin to feel the true strength of this ecosystem. And definitely looking forward to it. Ali, over to you.
Hey guys, how's it going? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, loud and clear.
Yeah, I missed the whole, I don't know what, I hate it when Spaces cuts off some of the speakers on you. So yeah, sorry Callum, I missed everything you said there because of good old Twitter Spaces. I can't believe this is week 51. Have you got it? And mate, Dean, Plan A, any plans for the birthday stream next week?
Well, we'll be here. I think that's the plan, is to be here.
Exactly. Red candles, green candles, we're here.
maybe you're gonna get a tattoo of that for Christmas, mate.
Who knows?
All right, so what have we got going on? Accelerator been busy as always. Massive thing for us is TITANX is launching in only 6 days time. Irish Crypto reached out to us. He wanted to build in the Infernal Kingdom. Pat Irish Crypto is obviously part of the original Blaze team and the Infernal founders. But look, he really loved the whole meme fi narrative, and he wanted to really try to build on that as much as possible. So TITANX, as I say, is launching this Saturday, and he's really lent heavy into the memes. I hope you've seen on Twitter just how much effort that he already started to put in to just creating a lot of different content and memes to go with this actual meme token. So he loves the meme fight. He says the memes can bring the masses, and then the DeFi brings the utility. And GoatX is really trying to do both of those. And he's going to be bringing a few more bits and pieces to this little ecosystem of GoatX that he's building. But a couple of the main features: 92% of the TITANX that comes in will be used for buy and burn stroke buy and feed mechanics, as well as liquidity providing and liquidity webs. He has come up with everybody in crypto loves to see what little sea animal that they've got with their holdings, what percentage of the supply they have. Are they a shrimp, a turtle, or whales, whatever? So he's actually built this a 5-tier holder classification into the GoatX protocol, which is a really interesting innovation. Look, there are only 14 days of minting this meme coin, followed by sort of fairly limited perpetual auctions. There's not going to be a lot. They're called perpetual auctions, but they do run dry over a period of time. But for 14 days, there are only 288 billion tokens up for grabs each day. He's really went for something different here that we haven't seen before in the TITANX ecosystem, is having a cap on supply. Yes, we have a lot of stuff where there's a certain limited, we've got the distribution over 10 days, but this one's gone for 14 days and only 288 billion available each day. So if you participate, once the 288 billion are gone, that's it. So the first day will be a 1-to-1 ratio, and it only goes down 2% each day. So day one is 1-to-1. One TITANX gets you one GoatX token. So look, 288 billion is not a lot to get through. We've already seen Stacks taken, I think within the first hour or two, Stacks had taken in over 300 billion TITANX tokens. So you can see how quickly these 288 billion tokens in a day could disappear. It kind of has that little bit of the, I don't know, meme, feel of NFTs from back in 2021, that there is real scarcity built in. These 288 each day could mint out very, very quickly. So you kind of, you need to get in and make sure you're getting your supply. So 24-hour mint cycles, 14 24-hour mint cycles, they begin each day at 2 p.m. UTC and they finish the next day again at 2 p.m. UTC. And your participation in the minting is time-stamped. So if you go in the first minute, you'll be able to claim your tokens 24 hours later within that first minute. So the longer you leave it, the longer you take to get your tokens the following day. So look, the maximum theoretical supply of GoatX is only just over 6 trillion. Over the 14 days, that supply will be capped out. There are two additional things. 288 billion tokens will be also minted for the liquidity pool. And there will be, I mentioned that 5-tier classification system. Within the first 88 days, there will be a snapshot of all GoatX holders, and there will be benefits to your anybody that's participates and has a holding. Depending on how much you have, you will get airdropped a golden goat NFT. And during the minting phase, there will be 288 billion GoatX tokens that may be used to benefit those sort of dedicated, loyal NFT holders that participate and get their holdings in those first 88 days. So there's a couple of things built in there that really do change, add to the scarcity, and people are going to want to hold their tokens longer over those first 88 days to try and get those GOAT NFTs airdropped. And so yeah, I think he's done a great job in terms of the building of the scarcity into it. 76% of all the TITANX in will be used to buy GoatX off the market. Of that, 46 will be kind of buy and burn, and the other 30% will go into the feed that will the goat feed that will run those perpetual auctions after the initial 14-day minting is done. So we've done a few deep dives into this. I'm obviously giving everything a quick spin over here, but we've done a few deep dives over the last week or so, and there'll be another few over the week. We'll be on the Weekly Blaze on Monday night, actually, this week, covering all this again. I think we have a stream lined up with Brandon, another one with Mo this week. So we'll deep dive into all the details. But yeah, look, it's a massive part getting added to the Inferno Kingdom. 8% of the TITANX comes in will simply be sent to the Inferno buy and burn, which will just buy Inferno off the market and burn it. And then another 8% of the TITANX that comes in will be used to assist protocols like Phoenix and Flux as well. So look, it's a massive addition to the Inferno Kingdom, and you're going to have to get in quick on this one to participate, and you get your tokens snapped up as soon as possible. Another thing we've got going on is Ascendant is coming to its final stages. Where the first audit is underway, and Trader Lee and Sal Vega have invited some of the community to participate in some testing. So we do hope that one can kind of come out to the public pretty early in January. So we've got an absolute mountain of stuff going on. GoatX launched 6 days from now, this Saturday, 2 p.m. UTC. We'll be deep diving all week, building up hype for it. There'll be a few giveaways during the week as well. And we're going to be doing our first deep dive into the Ascendant white paper as well this week on the Weekly Blaze. So lots of stuff coming up this week for us. And yeah, on to the next person. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Sally. Thanks for the update. And we are looking forward to GoatX, the launch of GoatX. So good. And again, I think you said it's 6 days in 6 days' time. So that's Saturday. And that would
Saturday,
be
Saturday, the 28th of December.
That would be the 28th of December. Correct.
It was just what we decided that there's so much happening before Christmas, and then we're kind of thinking, do you want to launch something in the middle of Christmas? But I think everybody in crypto, yes, would like to have a little bit of downtime, but I think everybody's still kind of full on checking their portfolios, planning where they're going to spend their crypto. So I think it's worth to keep that little bit of hype running through the ecosystem, even over Christmas.
Yeah, I mean, it's after Christmas Day, after Boxing Day. I think, I think the weekend is I speak for myself, but I think it's probably a good optimal date to launch if you're launching over the festive season. So that's good. But anyway, you're going to have a few more, as you said, you're going to have some streams ahead during the week, and so the preparation continues until launch date. Correct?
Yep. Yeah, we'll have streams lined up with Brandon, Mo, and then we'll be doing a couple of our own. Actually, Bad Sports, the crazy mofo, is doing a Christmas Day TITANX community stream. So once he has his Christmas dinner, he's going to be jumping on stream. So anybody that's bored after they've had their Christmas dinner on Christmas Day can tune in to Bad Sports, and whoever else can be bothered to stream on Christmas Day.
That's definitely a good idea, and I'm glad to hear that as well. So that's good. I think that is the last update from our builders, unless anybody else wants to come up. Any other builder wants to come up and give us their update. Okay. Whilst we wait, I will say let's go
Steve
through.
there. Is Steve want to come up?
Okay, Steve.
Steve is listening.
Okay, I mean, if Steve, if you decide to come up and give us an update, of course, the floor is all yours. So we've got Mizuchi on X28. Mizuchi, go ahead.
Good morning, everybody. I just want to give an update on Mizuchi. Where we're at right now, we're finalizing some artwork. We are definitely bringing authentic artist work to the Mizuchi platform, which would be really nice, and hopefully everybody enjoy it. But I wanted to make an announcement that we are in our first audit currently, and we've already lined up and have our second audit in place. So things are moving quite well for us. We're pretty excited. please make sure you swing by the Telegram group and join. But as of now, we're looking at after the first of the year for launch. But just want to let everybody know that we've secured the first audit and second audit is lined up, and we're looking forward to launch. And as we get closer, we'll make additional announcements.
Great. Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to your launch as well. I mean, it seems you're more or less clear as to when you want to launch or when you're planning on going live, and if so, and of course at your pace, do let Mike know so he can update the he can update TITANX Hub accordingly, so we can have you. Yeah,
absolutely.
Great.
But that's all we got on the Mizuchi front for now, and I want to convey the same message to everybody. I wish everybody a happy, safe, enjoyable, blessed Christmas.
Thank you so much, and you too. I think I saw Steve. Steve came up, but I think he probably is having some technical issues because he's had to exit, it seems. Okay, anyway, whilst we wait for Steve, if he comes back in, I'd like just to run through the X28 and Shogun stats. I think now we have sufficient data now to start taking a look at these protocols and kind of seeing how they're behaving and performing. I think part of next year and part of the story of next year will be TITANX going multi-chain one way or the other. I think that is that will happen, and that is something that I believe we're all looking forward to. And so let's take a look at what's happening with X28. Again, I'm on the start page of X28, and I look at the supply. Liquid supply is 7.4%. In numbers terms, that is, and I'll round it down to 925 billion tokens, and I'm rounding it up. So it's 925 billion tokens. Build on TITANX, build on X28 protocols. Let's see the portion of the pie that they have. So they have 46.55% of tokens. In numbers terms, that's just over 6 trillion tokens. Now, very interesting is the buy and burn stats. So the build on X28 burned is 2.6 trillion tokens, and this just straight buy and burn pool, or the buy and burn pools of X28, and actually it's one pool rather. So the buy and burn pool of X28 has bought and burned 3.5. Sorry about this. It's 3.5 trillion tokens. So in effect, we have just between the X28 tokens that have been bought and burned by the build on X28 protocols and X28 buy and burn pools, just between these two pools, you could say we've actually got 6 trillion tokens have been burned. So yeah, I think this is quite aggressive Just looking at it, it's quite aggressive. Liquid, you have less than 1 trillion tokens. And with the build on X28 protocols, you've got just over 6 trillion tokens locked up. Between the protocols that have built on X28. Now, again, this is the infrastructure that, of course, transforms TITANX into your X28 tokens and going multi-chain. This is the infrastructure that we rely on. Can I just quickly speak on Shogun, and then we can move on. Again, the stats page. We have in liquid form, we have 1.2 billion Shogun tokens, and let's see. Of course, build on Shogun. There haven't been any tokens. Any protocols built on Shogun yet. So liquid in percentage terms has 57.31% of Shogun tokens that have so far been minted and claimed. Just want to take a look at the buy and burn piece of the pie. In numbers terms, that's okay. It's modest, but still, this is still very early days. We have just under 200,000. It's 191. If you want, we can round it up to 192 million tokens. Shogun tokens have been bought and burned so far. Okay, this is growing. I think Shogun, in Jake's own words, is that this is the best protocol he's built so far. Let us see how this pans out. But both your X28 and Shogun protocols are growing, and we'll continue to revisit these stats and of course continue to assess the growth of these protocols. Can I just say, with Shogun, we're still in the auction phase. So again, very early days. So let's see. That's good. And let's see if Steve is back. Okay. Musk, I think, yes, you're here. Good. Over to you.
What's up, everybody? You already know who this is. This is Mask and Gaming, representing Dragon X. Just want to give a shout out to Dude and the protocol stacks that's out. Before I get started on Dragon X, I think it came out today. Go check that out. It's called Stacks. Make sure you read the white paper. This is not financial advice, but I think it's an awesome protocol. And I think the easy button that he calls it, the easy button mode or the easy mode on just holding an NFT and getting passive income, I think that's great. Like, I think that's beyond great, actually. And I think it's very innovative. And just want to shout out Dragon X. Things are going along in Dragon X. If you look at the Dragon X chart, we're down a little, but hey, listen, we're still burning. We still have a majority of the payouts or the forever payouts on TITANX. That'll be recirculating forever within the protocol. As far as Hyper's doing well. It's burned more than half of its supply. If you look at it, I think that's correct. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sorry, not Hyper, Hydra. My apologies, Hydra. I get those two confused. And so, yeah, so check out Hydra. It's still burning Dragon X and itself, of course. And Eric's just been moving along. Nothing really new as of right now. I'm pretty sure he's building something in the background. I don't think he's talked about it yet, so I'm not going to speak about it. Not that I know anything, you know what I'm saying? I don't know fucking nothing. I'm just a guy here representing Dragon X. But other than that, man, Eric's been cool. He's seems like he's just been just vibing, honestly, posting. Check out his posts. If you on Twitter, engage with him, interact with him. And just want to just give a few comments on innovation. Like to all those people that's building, I'm happy, and like we got protocols everywhere. But just I would like to see more innovation. Just gonna be honest with you, just me personally. And you know, for those who can hear it, hear it. For those that want to keep doing their thing, do your thing. This is no shade on anybody. This is just personally what I want to see innovation, because innovation usually brings scalability, and scalability brings more users. So however that innovation comes, and you know, however it manifests in your mind or in your actions, please take that to thought. Innovation. Shout out to Matrix. I've seen that. Shout out to Scale on Baby Dragon X. Shout out to Dest. I've seen him posting more and more comments about TITANX. For all the individuals posting about TITANX, I am looking. I am seeing. Shout out to Mo. I see you, Mo, on the streaming side. Shout out to Mike Dean. Still, he's doing the protocols and he's doing the analytics. Come on now, Mike. Shout out to Baby Dragon X. I see y'all moving up. And shout out to, of course, Jake. Jake doing his thing. And any other protocol that I missed. You know, I can't see it all, but I do be looking. And shout out to Alien X. Like, I know they don't be talked about much, but shout out to them. But other than that, that's all I got to say. If anybody have any comments or thoughts on what I said about innovation, and one last thing, games, like if like a game, like a TITANX game, like a physical game that we can play, like the Titan users can play. It can be simple as Pong. Like you lose, you bet, you know, the minimum amount people bet, and then they lose. Whoever loses, 20% goes to buy and burn, the rest goes to the user, et cetera, et cetera. Like somebody do a game, like a physical game that we can play. That's it. I'm out of here. Y'all have a good one. If y'all need anything from me, let me know.
Thanks, Mask. I think before we open up, let me add on Shogun. Actually, it's day 25 of the auction, and I think it ends day 28. Now, please feel free here to correct me, anyone, if I'm wrong, but I think I understand it's day 28. That's as far as it goes. So we've got 3 more days. Actually ends on Christmas Day, it seems, yeah. And I hope we have a good TITANX Christmas as well. And I think, Ali, as you mentioned, I think Bad Sports would be hosting a stream on that day as well. So, you know, I think we can't avoid TITANX, or we can avoid having a TITANX Christmas. But anyway, 3 more days left on your Shogun auction, just in case you're planning. And it seems, just looking at it, the supply really, the supply is really it has a low supply. That may be a bullish sign, depending on how you look at it. But when you see tokens, or when you see protocols start building on Shogun, and we start going multi-chain, this may really be saying something. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. If anybody has, any comments, observations, questions, please feel free. The floor is open.
if anybody wants to DM me, I have a game in mind that I think that'll be innovative and thoughtful, simple, easy game. And all I want in return is 1%. You can keep the rest, maybe two, depending on how well it goes. But yeah, if anybody developers can actually do a game and I can come up with the idea and thought for it, DM me and let me know.
Okay. Anyway, thanks. Well, thanks, Masks, for that. And if I wouldn't want us to kind of drag this one out. This is a Christmas week, after all, and I'm sure we all, um, we all have our plans. So if there are no questions, observations, or comments, I will definitely look at us wrapping up. We're coming up to the 1 hour mark, so I will just like to say it again. If you have any comments, you're invited to come and share, and we can discuss. Okay, whilst we wait, I just want to make a couple of comments of my own. These are I think these are comments that I would want to definitely get out of the way before end of year, definitely before we get into next year. And so, given that this is our second to last spaces before end of year, I'd want to mention this. I don't know if some of us here can recall when we had giftware from Pulsa visit, and he gave a good summary as to where he is, or he and Crypto Kool-Aid, where they are on Pulsa, and that discussion really, I mean, we allowed the discussion to flow, but on reflection, it really should have been done offline, because it was really a bit premature, I think, to have that discussion. But in any case, the way the discussion went, it wasn't planned, and I think I do owe giftware an apology as to how I definitely, as the moderator, should have said, should have moved that discussion on and encouraged it to be had offline earlier on. And I just hope that giftware that he accepts the apology, that the discussion it got a bit heated, and I do want to extend this. I definitely apologize for this, for that. Many of us here may not know what what this is about, but I think given that it happened, the discussion happened publicly, it was heated. I think this is an appropriate forum to give that apology to giftware, and to say that we are looking forward to the Pulsar team completing the audit and coming along and giving us a further update. So that is definitely that's one that I wanted to get done before end of the year. And I would say, for those of us who don't know, Pulsar is an infrastructure protocol that will provide a bridge for TITANX to Pulse chain. And I say, if TITANX grows in the way that we expect it to grow, that it can actually provide a level of stability to pulse chain that would be mutually beneficial to both communities. That is a potential, and that is where Pulsa comes in. And so I'll say again to Giftware and Crypto Kool-Aid, we wish you the best with the work that you're doing, and we look forward to receiving your further updates on this. So good. And I think if there are any other observations from the community, comments, please feel free. If not, then we'll start wrapping up. Okay, and now I'm gonna have to call out. Chiz, I think would like to hear from you. Desk, not heard from you in a while, so if you don't mind, we're coming to the end of year after all. Would like to hear your thoughts, and whatever they may be. So kindly come up, and that, of course, is extended to everyone. Mo, I see you as well. Okay, so we wait. Okay, let's start moving. We're moving on now to Gary. Oh yeah, Jerry. Sorry. Good. Okay, good. Desk. I'm sorry, guys. If I mean, yeah, Desk. Over to you. I guess we're having some technical issues on this. With this. Desk, can you hear me?
Yes, now I can.
Oh,
I'm
great.
not hearing anybody. Hi, everyone. Thanks for calling me up. Um, yeah, there's nothing, everything is working well on TITANX, and I want to say thank you to Mask. Thank you, you know, Mike Dean, your protocol. I'm participating heavily. Thank you, Plan A. Thank you, Element, and the new stacks that just launched. We're all over it. So, and everybody, it's Christmas, and honestly, TITANX Eco has made this Christmas year a special one for me and my family. I have been able to get them a lot of things that, I may not have been able to get them, before. And it's all thanks to TITANX Eco. So, um, yeah, it's always a good feeling when you find an ecosystem you can call a home without being a maxi. And it's one of the things that I love about TITANX ecosystem. You can talk about any other project you are in. If you want to talk about, nobody's gonna crucify you for that, and that's really a good thing. And while you're doing that, you will also have it in heart that TITANX is where that peace of mind is. Yeah, make money somewhere else, bring it to TITANX Eco, because you are well assured that here there are no rugs, there are no scams. Yes, we are not big as we thought we would be by now, but will we get there? We definitely get there. So I sleep, and I sleep very well. Price fluctuation is normal. I mean, this is my full second cycle, so it's normal. This was my first cycle in crypto, I would be freaking out. But this is normal, and if you have the balls of steels, you utilize the price fluctuation to your own advantage. When it goes down, because it's gonna come up anyways, as long as the bull market is still intact. So I've been using that opportunity growing my TITANX bag and build on TITANX bag, because nothing is wrong with any of the protocols. Everything is working the way they should work. So there's no reason to be scared, you know. So yeah, and I want to thank everybody, Jake, Eric, Mask. Thanks for always mentioning me, and everybody else. A lot of you, Mo, Trader Lee, man, Trader Lee, I see you. I'm always interested in things you're doing as well. So, and everybody else out there, Steve, yeah, James, yeah. Yeah, man, it's a good family here and it's peaceful. And I love being peaceful, just like my home. I go out for work and I just want to go back home because it's very peaceful. So TITANX reminds me of that. Coming back to the kids and wife, it's always everything what I look out to every time I step out. My mind is always back home. And TITANX 100% reminds me of that in terms of investment. Because I've been in other ecosystem and other things, man. Yeah, there is no comparison. There is no comparison. I can tell you that from my own experience, you know. So Merry Christmas to everybody. Enjoy the season. If you can, take your eyes off the phones for spend quality time with your friends, with your family, invite some friends over and enjoy it. TITANX give us that opportunity. We have to enjoy this season like we never did before. At least I am, you know, and I'm very grateful for being part of this. Thank you, Plan A, for calling me up. I didn't want to come up, but yeah, your juju worked. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Desk. Those were definitely very thoughtful, very thoughtful words. Thanks for sharing with us. It's good. Okay, so I think we're going to start wrapping up now.
Hey, Plan A.
Yeah.
This Tuesday at 10 o'clock, Colin will be doing kind of an in-depth dive into Mizuchi. So those that be interested, we'll have a live stream on Tuesday at 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern time. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Oh, excellent. We will have, we're now wrapping up and kind of each of us here would you know, with the, what each of our builders up here would be able to give us their wrapping up comments and remarks. So yes, Callum, you can also, you know, you can add to that if you wish. Good. Let's start with Mask. Final comments.
Someone build a game. That's it. That's my final comment.
Okay, good. Yes, I think you've given us. If you want to say anything else, you know, please feel free. Otherwise, we can move on to Ali. Ali,
I just okay.
Yeah, no problem. Ali, over to you.
Yeah, just saying Merry Christmas to everybody. I hope everybody has a nice next few days. There'll be plenty of streaming. Just keep an eye out for the weekly plays. There'll be plenty of streams coming this week. Keep an eye out for TITANX launching next Saturday. And also, we'll keep you updated this week. We're doing our first stream through the Ascendant white paper. So, yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody. It's been a great year. No doubt we'll continue all the hard effort and success in the next year.
Thank you. Mizuchi, do you have anything else?
No, that's it. Everybody have a good Christmas.
Great, thank you. Callum, over to you.
Yeah, I thought I'd just touch quickly on Shogun because I know you just spoke about it briefly, but I just want to point out the war chest has 500 million in at the moment, which is 24% of the supply. After the 28-day mint phase, there's going to be 8% of this used, which is about 41 million Shogun that's going to be used daily. Oh, for the first day even. So the auctions are just going to carry on, and there's not going to be this sell pressure from people unlocking their stakes and turning them liquid. So I think Shogun is grossly underrated. I cannot wait to see what happens. I reckon this could even get to maybe 50 million for day 29 when the auctions click over and it becomes deflationary. Yeah, so as Ted mentioned, there's going to be a stream Tuesday, and also I've got a stream with Mo later today at 6 p.m. UTC. I think that's 1 p.m. EST, just about Phoenix and about TITANX as a whole, which I'm looking forward to. And obviously Stacks as well. Everyone go and check it out. Quick elevator pitch for anyone new. Stacks is the easy button for staking in the ecosystem. It's staking in I'm pretty sure all the projects that have staking pools they're going to be participating in and rewarding their NFT holders. And it's capped after 28 days. So you only have 28 days to really enter. Other than that, Phoenix, we've just clicked over to day 9. We're going to be capped after 28 days. And yeah, if there's 50K in the buy and burn, 178 market cap. We have 7% burn, 7% in the auction balance, and things are looking really, really good. If you want to learn more about Phoenix, join the stream with Mo later. But apart from that, I hope everyone has a really good Christmas. And thanks for having me on again, Plano and Mike.
Yeah, thanks again, Callum. James, over to you.
Yeah, appreciate it. Callum, I owe you one. Thank you for doing a fantastic job shilling Stacks. I think you really get into these protocols and you really are very articulate about it. So hats off to you. I'm just going to echo what the rest of the builders have said. You know, everyone enjoy time with the family, no matter what holidays you celebrate. Over here in Asia, there's not a lot of Christmas celebration, but there's certainly a New Year celebration. The big one over here is Chinese New Year. So that's at the end of January. So I as a Westerner, I get to fully enjoy 2 New Years, which is always nice. But yeah, building is great. It's fun. It's been a fantastic 2024. TITANX has changed my life. You'll see me hashtag that often. And stay tuned for project number 3. I think you're going to be very intrigued by what we're building. Thanks for your time.
Great. Thanks, James. We're looking forward to that. Good. Mike, over to you.
Yeah, so I just want to say, Merry Christmas to everyone. And also another thing I'd like to mention is that I really appreciate you, Plan A. This is definitely real dedication, doing these spaces every week. Obviously, I was all along myself here, but it's been amazing. And essentially, I think if I remember correctly, we haven't missed any week whatsoever, or if I remember correctly. So shout out to you, man. It's definitely a lot of dedication, a lot of work up to now. And obviously also when red candles come, we're also here, and that's the time where a lot of people just check out. So yeah, really great that this has been going on. Yeah, so, and for the listeners out there on listening now or on YouTube as well, thank you for listening in. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. And by the way, if you want to participate on Matrix, just go to matrix.win. Today is day 5. There's 1 hour and 45 minutes left for today's auction. And then 3 more days until day 8. There's 100 million, and then the supply goes down quite a bit for the participation. But yeah, thank you very much. And if anything, let me know. Talk to you soon.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks a lot. I must say, thanks for the kind words, but it is mutual. And this would definitely have not have been possible without your invaluable contributions and efforts. So I must say thank you, a million times. I think time has flown by. This is week 51, and we're still going strong. I think we started when really just looking back and as you recall, you look at TITANXHub.com and see what it has become, and you look at, say, 51 weeks ago, a year ago, and see you started with the spreadsheet, which in itself was a huge value add to the community. and that was the go-to source for TITANX and what was happening in TITANX. It gave us visibility. It meant that the community wasn't flying blind. The radical transparency that you have brought to this system is really what I must say. That's the glue. And so, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure to really, to say the least. Great. So again, thanks to everyone for attending and being so consistent, attending week in, week out, and making this such a pleasure. And I have gained a lot in terms of experience, and I've gained friendships, and I'm very grateful as well. So I think it's left for me to say, of course, have a great TITANX Christmas, and we will do it all over again next week, same time. Remember, I think Mo is having a stream, I think shortly after this. So please do attend. And Mo is he's just relentless, and he is an asset, an invaluable asset to this community. And so Mo, thank you for everything. And may you continue to grow from strength to strength. Let me also say this with respect to Ouroboros. I think we were meant to have a launch date for during a Christmas week. From what I understand from the Telegram group, is that we will, if you like, the community is likely to get a launch date during the week. And so, for those of us who don't know, Ouroboros is really would be TITANX's first stablecoin and borrow lending protocol. It is really a substantive addition. Once, of course, once it launches, it is expected to be a substantive addition to the ecosystem. So yes, keep an eye out for that. And let me just wrap up again. Nothing said here is financial advice. We're here to educate ourselves and learn more about DeFi and practice DeFi as a community. I think we've done that over the last year, and we're looking forward to great things ahead. We've done this, we've practiced DeFi over the year and done it quite well. I think I want to be understated, but again, there've been no rocks here. We've managed to put in place rail guards that has been, quite safe for all of us. I think what we're looking forward to, which is, a fantastic year, a fantastic bull run for TITANX. I think that is in the offering, and I am looking forward to that. Of course, I'm not predicting anything. I'm just saying that that's what I'm looking forward to. And I would hope that next year that we all would experience that. But in any event, there is a lot to look forward to next year. And may we continue to work towards that. Thanks again, everyone, for attending, and have a great week ahead. Again, wishing you all, everyone, a great Christmas week. Take care. Bye for now.